Welcome back to my closet. We're going to take a look at 5 of the hottest hip-hop t-shirts of all time. Right here, we got the Digital Underground Humpty Dance t-shirt. Probably came out about 20 years after the song was released. I'm not going to front. I haven't had this for 20 years. I got it in probably 2009. But 2 reasons I love this. Number one, the Humpty Dance is a damn near perfect song. The beat, the lyrics, it's funny, it's a party record. Can't take much away from the Humpty Dance. And on top of that, I only get consistently told I look like 2 rappers. 1, Joe Budden, which I'll go ahead and take as a compliment. And 2, Humpty Hump, which, let's be honest, is a little insulting. This is a Free Slick Rick t-shirt from 1995 that came out with the Behind Bars album. Both the t-shirt and the album dropped after Slick Rick had been in jail for a while for shooting his cousin. And what was a little weird about the t-shirt campaign was it wasn't like he was a political prisoner or he was, falsely imprisoned, or he never even said he didn't do it. He was just like, yeah, I shot my cousin. What's up? I don't want to be in jail anymore. Let's make some t-shirts. And then I guess Def Jam went ahead and marketed the album like that. But 2 things I've always wondered about this t-shirt is, and this case, if you will, on Step Into a World, KRS says about guys that carry guns for no reason. They think something's going to happen and it doesn't, and end up shooting their cousin. I always wondered if he was going at Slick Rick with that line. But I'm trying to start trouble between 2 55-year-old grown men at this point, but just my own curiosity. And then number 2, there's a Big L line that's absolutely sick when he says, "Ladies want to see L, dudes want to be L. If I go to jail, you wear shirts saying free L," which is just bananas. And I wonder if that came out a little bit after the shirt. So I think that may have been inspired by this t-shirt. So, Free Slick Rick. And the other thing is, because of Rick's immigration status, being born in England, he got deported for a while, and he tried to fight that. And there was a big letter writing and calling campaign to stop that from happening in hip hop. And let's be honest, of all the countries to be deported to, England's not that bad. This is a Wreck Records t-shirt. Right about 95, I picked this up. And if you don't know, Wreck Records was the original home of Black Moon and Smith & Wesson before they kind of broke off and started Duck Down, which is one of the most successful indie labels in hip-hop and music in general for the last 15 years. But when they first came out, they were signed to this label, predominantly a dance label. And if you listen to those guys tell it, they basically got robbed on those 2 releases, and that forced them to go out and do their own thing and grind independently, which for hip-hop fans and probably long-term for them was better for everybody. But not great that they didn't do so well on those first 2 classic albums, Enter the Stage and The Shining. But this t-shirt is from when they first signed to a label in New York, Wreck Records. And you got their cartoon logo in the front that was on a lot of their 12-inch vinyl they released at the time. And then you got a graphic on the back of like a cartoon hand shooting a gun. So I've kind of grown up since the mid-90s. I don't know if I would rock a t-shirt with a gun on it now. This is the Snoop Dogg t-shirt that came out right when Doggy Style dropped in late 93, early 94. Kind of this iconic picture of Snoop on the front of it with the Beware a Dog with the double G in the back. Definitely one of the sickest hip-hop t-shirts ever released. I know I got it in early 94, and a funny personal story is, I got it, I wore it to school, I was the man once. And then the shirt just vanished. I put it in the wash, I don't know what happened to it. Somehow, and I'm not calling out names, after the first time I wore it, the shirt ended up in my dad's closet. Why would my father have this? My dad's a cool guy, not a big Snoop Dogg fan. So, like, 15 years go by, and I'm wondering, where is my Snoop Dogg t-shirt? So finally, about 15 years after Doggy Style dropped, my parents decided to move, and I'm helping them clean stuff out, I'm moving stuff around. I see this shirt in the back of my dad's closet, I'm like, what? This is an original 1990 Welcome to Terrordome PE t-shirt. It's from the Fear of a Black Planet era. The front features, the iconic Public Enemy logos, and then on the back you have the logo again with a list of the best songs from their first 3 albums, which is all they had out up until that time. And you have the Public Enemy logo again. So this is definitely one of the coolest shirts I've ever owned, and one of the best bands in hip hop or any kind of music in in history. But a little funny story about this shirt. With the store I bought it in, when you walked in, they had the cassette tapes, the VHS tapes, the Walkmans, so just going back a little bit, on the ground floor, and then the shirts were like hanging up on a wall. And if you wanted, like an Eazy-E shirt, you'd be like, you have that in a medium, and the guy would go in the back, get a medium, you pay for it and be on your way. So I was really young when I saw this up on the wall. My eyesight wasn't great at times before they figured out I needed contacts or glasses. So I bought the shirt without being able to read everything on the back. And one of their songs, unfortunately, has the N-word in the title. So I bought this, and because of that, I haven't been able to wear it nearly as much as I wanted to over the last 20 years. But the lining to that cloud is that the shirt stayed in great condition, and I can still rock it now if I wanted to over 20 years later. We're not even going to talk about this ridiculous 1998 Woolworth t-shirt I'm wearing right now.